Do you know why I film these videos? I film these videos because I love tarot. I film them to become a part of the tarot community and to share my love of tarot. And, of course, also because I love giving readings. So, this is Ultraviolet Morgan. Welcome, tarot friends. And welcome back, and welcome if it's your first time. Just for some visual interest, before I got down to what I was talking about, I just put this little feather here and this gorgeous selenite, piece of selenite. Oh my gosh. Isn't it beautiful? I love selenite. Cannot lie. Cannot tell a lie. I love me some selenite. A little black, a little white, a little yin and a little yang. Okay, so if that seems like the kind of content that you would like, be sure to click subscribe and click on the little bell if you want a notification for when I make a new video. This is going to be a brief video. I'm just going to share a couple of sketches I made. I was working on doing a handmade tarot deck that was just for my own purposes. Basically, I felt like doing some sketches onto index cards. So they're, obviously they're very thin and they're fairly small. But the idea was just to do the drawings and connect with the cards. I have heard that and I believe it makes sense, that you will never connect better with a deck than when you make yourself. So I wanted to do that, and I produced a few sketches. So I thought I'd just show them off here, because why not, right? These were made with pencil. They were made directly. They were made directly on these cards. I think maybe with one of them I might have done a little bit of pre-sketching beforehand, but in general, I got my pencils. I had an idea for the card that I wanted to bring forth for myself, and I went ahead and, worked on it. And I thought, almost every time I thought, okay, I'm just going to make kind of a quick little card. And then eventually, as you work on it, you get more and more drawn into it. And it takes a lot more time than you expected. And it usually, hopefully, comes out better than you expected as well. So for my devil card, I decided I wanted to do the shadow rather than a devil. I just wanted to do a shadow. Just going to turn to the side first. And you can see there's this person walking through an alley and a long shadow cast behind them. And it's very dark, so I say behind, but really you don't know if the person is coming or going. You don't know if they're coming towards you or going away from you. That's kind of a choice you may have to make as you do the reading. I'm trying to figure out how to get this to fit onto the screen. So yeah, when I was doing this, it was also about the time that I was starting to do shadow work, and to me that was very much what the devil card stood for, was the things in the dark, the things that we're afraid of, the things that we're afraid to face and look at, and just the things in general that scare the bejesus out of us. Mainly because they're shadowy and unknown. Not because we know they're terrible, but because of the uncertainty and the unknowing. So that is my devil card, is the shadow. And I'm going to try to adjust this a little bit more. See if maybe that helps a little bit. Maybe. Okay. So then the next card that I have, there you go, is the moon. and I never completed this one. So I knew in my head that I wanted to do Hey Diddle Diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. We don't have the dog in here. Also, this is going to be will be the line and where it'll say moon down there. And we do have the cat and the fiddle. See if I can get good focus. Yeah, pretty good. And the spoon, and this particular dish, I've seen it as a plate, which is more technically, I guess, a dish. Even though I think a dish more in terms of the dishes, so even the spoon is a dish. So I think this was meant to be a wine glass. I think she needs a little bit more curve going on or something, but it was made pretty quickly. And I was actually pretty impressed with my fiddle because I had just about no idea how to draw a cat with a fiddle. And yeah, I knew that I wanted to do that, and part of the reason is because of several associations, including the movie Rent, where she talks about the cow jumping over the moon, and a leap of faith, and yeah, just the whole concept of taking a leap of faith is kind of a big thing for me for a long time now, for a while, for a decade at least, if not more. Yeah, more than a decade. Come to think of it, yeah. That concept of where you don't know with 100, you get to a certain point, and then you cannot go past it without having that faith, that leap of faith, without having some trust in something on the other side, because there is a little bit of a gap. There is not a place, you cannot be 100%. You just have to go for it. And so, like, that just played a huge part in my internal world, I guess, over a decade ago, and it's always stuck with me. So yeah, I knew that I wanted to do that. Plus, I also really, I just love the whole nursery rhyme thing, and the way that it taps into, your earliest memories way back in the day when you heard these the first time. So, yeah, that's my moon, and we're almost done. So, if you haven't already, give a big thumbs up. And I want to invite everyone to subscribe and hit the bell, and definitely make a comment down there. You can comment on just anything, really. Which card is your favorite? I'll show you the third one. What else would you like to see? What do you like to draw? And have you ever tried to draw a tarot card? Okay, so here's the third and final card, was Death, the Death card. And I knew in my head right away when I thought about doing the Death card that I wanted a skull, and a skull with a butterfly coming off the top. And I knew then, and I know now, that it's not the first conception of this, the first conceptualization of the Death card like this. I've seen others, but that's just what really felt good to me. And of course, the butterfly represents transformation, also represents the psyche. Butterflies and moths can represent the souls of the undead, moving from this world on to the next, which I do have a personal experience with that concept, so that was an important kind of part of this card for me as well. It wasn't just a random, ooh, I like that, that's pretty. I had personal reasons why I really liked those images. And I think I did pretty well on the skull, and this card has some coloring. Instead of doing a moth, I decided I wanted to do a monarch butterfly, and, put some more colors in there, plus monarchs themselves do have some personal associations for me. And then the brown on the ground, and then this kind of yellow in here for some aging and texture. So I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. I'm thinking maybe this should be colored down here, but then this one's not either, so I don't really know. And in order for me to decide it was time to do another, I love the top of this card, and on the bottom never got completed. So maybe this is probably my favorite one. In order for me to decide I wanted to work on this further, I would just, this particular deck, I would just have to have a very strong feeling of a simplified image, because these are all meant to be somewhat simplified. I guess that would be sort of a thread that runs through them. Basically, if I had a really strong idea in my head, like I really, really, really am conceiving of the XYZ card in this particular way, and I really just feel like I have a need to draw it out from my own personal deck, from my own personal understanding of the card, of my own way of working with the card and energy of the card. So far since I've done these 3 sketches, I haven't had that feeling, so who knows if it'll ever happen, if there'll be more, or, if I get the right computer software, then I might go to work creating some type of digital deck, or, just a personal deck for myself out of images that I can obtain and use freely, and that might end up being more consuming than this as well, or, I don't know. So I can't really say what the future holds. I can only say that I have made these 3 cards, and I wanted to share them with my tarot community. I hope that you enjoyed them. I hope that you will give a big thumbs up. I hope that you will subscribe and hit the bell. I hope that you will leave a comment. And perhaps in a future video, I might read your comment and respond in video format. So if you enjoyed being here with me today, I also enjoyed being here with you. You would do okay. No, okays are bad, because, I don't know, some weird subcultures use them. We'll go back to the peace sign. So, until the next video, tarot friends, be well, and I do hope to see you soon.